looking at him,
You
bro.
love this nigga, bro.
No, I don't. No,
I need y'all relationship.
because I disagree with what he's about to say
Look at the way he's looking
about
at him.
Pooh Shiesty and where you see him
deadass
going.
Staring dead into his soul.
I feel like he's gonna take.
You look
the
younger,
trajectory
Marcus.
21 did. I feel younger. I feel like younger.
You look younger, bro.
Nigga said I feel younger.
Yeah, I feel like he's gonna take the same trajectory as 21. I feel like he's gonna
Can he
actually.
comment on I look younger? Can he hear me?
Yeah, he did.
Because he's more marketable than 21 Savage was.
That's an interesting take there.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
No face tattoos. Like he has a clean cut image, but you can't deny the fact that he probably killed me. Like it's the same way you would with 21, except you look at him, you're just like, damn, I can put you on TV.
I can put you on TV.
Yeah, but from what he's rapping about, how he talks, everything
Honestly,
boils down to mentality.
I feel like I have not heard that much Pooh Shiesty music. Like, I don't know.
I mean, he's a quick sensation. We just gotta see how he takes about his career.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Good project.
How do you feel about him, Benji?
Man, honestly, I think it's just hype. But that's just me. I think it's just hype. He's gonna come and go. But I will say, back in 2015, he was the one person saying 21 Savage wasn't gonna be hype.
He said it wasn't? Or
He wasn't.
Trying to lean all the way back.
He was like one of the few people that was saying that 21 Savage wasn't gonna be
I
hype.
make all the calls, man. I calls them. And these guys don't believe it until they're just like,
Shut up.
This is my favorite artist. I love this guy.
I'm just saying, I used to do it all the time. So go behind me. Just saying, I used to tell Benji, listen, I need this, I need that, I need this. Just saying. Ask him.
I don't recall.
I don't recall. That sounds just like you.
I have
too.
bad memory though, so maybe.
Oh, bad
I
memory.
think I bring
that's
up
what you're about to put it on.
different artists and he'll be like, oh yeah.
I could definitely see Benji doing that, like not really recognizing the artist as fire until a while later when he's super fire.
Fat put me on a Roddy, and I shunned him away.
Exactly.
And then Roddy
exactly.
Then Roddy like was what before Roddy blew up. I was like liking his music, and I was like looking at Fat like, why didn't you show me this motherfucker? This man Fat looked at me.
There's only two
Like,
artists
yeah,
I ever
man.
told Benji I liked and tried to put him onto that he didn't end up liking and they still blew up. That was only that was Boat and X. Everybody else I put him onto he still liked.
Well, the person that put me on the boat was technically Josh, not you, because he recorded Boat or Lil Yachty.
That's so, okay, go ahead.
So that's how I know about
No,
him.
I know he capped. When I went in the studio and I played Boat, he said, turn that shit off.
Turn that shit
He
off.
said, why is he not singing in the right key? What the fuck is this? And I said, Benji, just give it a chance, brother. Give it. You turn that shit off immediately.
I can see it. I know Benji. I know Benji did.
It was Josh.
I mean, he probably sat down and was able to give you the rundown.
Convince him a little bit.
I'm not talking about Crease.
You're talking about bands.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It was before
Yeah.
all that. Yeah.
Oh well, I'm just saying he was.
Because
the
I
one
remember exactly what you're talking about. Because
Yeah.
I was telling bands
Because J Bands was like he wanted to do a session with Yachty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
And I was like, I couldn't do it because I was working.
And he ended up going to Creed.
And
That's when that's
working with Creed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You remember when Montel put us on the Don Tolliver?
Yeah. That's the most dramatic change I've ever seen.
Nobody put me on it down top, but I just found him.
Nah, Key and Willie West was putting us on the Don.
He was playing like the early, like
Right.
before that first project he did.
It was basically
Like-
Don Tolliver with no autotune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he can sing. He can actually sing.
It was weird though, like listening to,
He can sing.
and then the look didn't convince me at all. Like,
People still say that about him. His look is not.
no, it's different now. It's way different now.
I don't think Don can really sing like that. I'm not gonna hold you.
That nigga hold a note the way the trap niggas hold a note.
Hear me out. I think after you find out your formula of what you can and can't do, of course you're gonna say they can sing. They're not trying nothing else. That's it. He's hitting that same. He has that flow like Lemonade and him and Roddy.
Well,
that's their flow.
I'm not saying he can sing like Whitney Houston. I'm just saying he can sing.
No, but that's not saying he can hit a note or he can has a nice melody.
I can't hit a note. I can't hit a good melody.
Give
So I can't sing.
Give you all to fuck around. You can make a melody.
Sing right now, right now on the mic.
But that's what I'm
Right
saying.
now?
I'm not
Right now.
I like my women in tutus. See, it sound bad.
Reverb.
It sounds
Reverb
bad.
that out. We good. Reverb that motherfucker out. We good. Not saying.
Trust me, I can make my voice sound good. I know that.
I can't feel my legs.
I know I can. I can make you sound good.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm not taking nothing away from Don Toliver at all.
We might have to talk about that later.
he's a
Get
very-
back into that rap career shit that I
He's a
used to
very
do.
good artist. I just feel like early on in his career you wouldn't have seen this. I think what Travis did with him was what Travis was doing with the Migos with Culture. Like to me, Culture was the best project ever.
Talking about
Of the
Culture
Migos.
One?
Yes. Like I think that was the best.
I love Kelly Price. That was such a slept on song.
By Amigos.
Oh, by Amigos.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kelly Price was.
Bro, that
shit.
song is hard.
Kelly Price was
What's the price?
Kelly, why was that song not pushed?
Bro, that
Can you
project,
tell me?
that
Can you
project
answer
was
that
just,
for
the
me?
project was too good. It was just too good.
You think so?
Yeah, overall, that project
Like that
was way
needed a
too
video.
good.
That needed
project-
like some push. Because I remember like on Twitter, people were like,
I mean,
when the
I feel
project
like-
came out, Kelly Price is hard.
I feel like 90% of that album could have had videos, all that shit.
Really?
And
Yeah,
went
honestly.
crazy. Like,
Yeah. It was just
niggas
too
was too
good.
wrapped up in bad
They
movies.
shot videos for like from what I remember, like the
singles.
radio shit.
Yeah. I mean, that's what they are.
I know, but it was just like, oh.
Yeah, that's what the streets needed, bro. I was playing that shit every night, bro. Amigos went crazy.
That was a good time in like music too. It was like
But
it was a good timing as well.
Do you feel like you knew it was going to be a good album when you first heard Bad and Bougie?
Nah, because it was too much time. Keep in mind, Bad and Bougie came out twice. They came out with the original, and they didn't sell too well. They wanted to make it hotter, quote unquote, so they went and got Uzi.
Right.
I don't remember that. Uzi saying Bad and Bougie. That was like a whole meme and everything.
Yeah,
I know.
I just don't remember the Bad and Bougie before
there was a-
Uzi.
there was
Yeah,
a
I don't-
original
I don't-
vibe on it, yeah.
It's kind of like the Ain't I. Like I don't remember the Ain't I original to the Ain't I remix. Oh shit! I guess
Wait,
it's the
what?
remix. You know when you know Ain't I, right?
The Ain't I song.
Yeah, the Ain't I song, right?
That's
It's
different.
actually called the Ain't I remix, and I was like, I didn't even know there was an
That's
original.
different. That's different.
Like what?
That's different. I
Yeah.
can get that, but that's different.
But I think it does say remix on the Bad and Bougie song. So
Does it?
No, it doesn't.
oh, does it? Oh, okay, never mind.
Nah, I ain't think so.
Migos has done that a few times. They'll put out a song or remix a song, kind of like play with it, and if it pops, it's the original version.
Yeah.
Ain't no remixing this bitch. Like
Was Drake on the video version of Versace? He wasn't in the video, I know that, but was he on the song, like the video song?
The original song?
Yeah.
no, he's trying to say was the Versace
You know the
song
video-
that put out was that the original? Did they call it the original, or did they didn't? Right? That's what
Oh,
you
the
get.
Versace with Drake.
Yeah,
Did they
yeah,
call it
yeah,
the original?
yeah,
No,
yeah.
they didn't.
Yeah,
They called that a
yeah,
remix.
yeah,
They
'cause
did call that a remix.
They made sure like their biggest thing was like Drake did not make us. This song was
Yeah.
popping before him. You know what
Yeah.
I
I
mean?
mean, it was, but I mean, you can't help but just say like Drake definitely puts things in a bigger thing,
Migos was a big thing before Drake. Is all I gotta say.
They were a big thing.
Huge.
but they weren't bigger than Drake.
Okay, cool. But they needed Drake. No.
Not saying you needed him.
The trajectory still could have and would have happened the same kind of way.
I feel like this was the
Well, maybe not the
trajectory,
same kind of way.
And then Drake was more like this.
Oh, you're tripping.
Yeah.
He's bugging.
You are. You
Because
really
when
are.
Versace remix, the thing is when Versace got remixed, they were way past Versace. They were already like
Yeah, I know.
huge.
Yeah, I know.
So when he remixed, it was like, why this song?
I don't know. I just remember hearing nothing but that. Like
Yeah, I mean, it was a radio hit, but bro, nah. Migos, like everybody said, they made that triple flow, that little.
they did.
No.
They
So
did.
like,
They did.
But I mean, if I'm gonna play like towards Benji's point, like that whole, what you would call it, controversy of the triplet flow, and then how Drake stole it and everything, kind of also boosted them up like a lot more.
I mean, it does.
In the same
I'm
kinda
not. I'm
way.
not saying
No,
needed,
all I'm
but
saying-
it does. It does
all
help.
All I'm saying, Migos no label mixtapes, crazy.
Yeah,
Phenomenal.
For sure. I remember
No
that.
label.
I remember that summer. Not a care, not a bill.
No, God.
Not a care, not a bill.
Not a care, not a bill.
So.
Yeah.
Future mixtape run versus Migos mixtape
Nah,
run.
definitely Migos. But the only reason why I'm saying that,
What you giving it
I
to?
can't agree that.
Yeah,
That's
I know
me.
you can't. I know
I'm
you're
sorry.
a future nigga.
no, but
Yeah, I'm
even
sorry.
the only reason why I'm saying that is because I think it depends what time in your life, like what was going on at that time. That's what I think it depends on.
Yeah, honestly, a lot of people forget that, like, especially with us, we love certain music, especially because it reminds us of such simpler times in our life. Because I will say, those future mixtapes, all I had to worry about was, damn, how am I getting home from the mall? I don't really have a ride, but I'll figure it out. Like, that's it. That was literally the only worry, honestly, besides, like, bitches and shit. Oh, sorry, leave that out.
You can say bitches.
I don't mean
man.
to
No,
disrespect.
you don't
We
wanna
respect
disrespect.
women around here.
That's what
We
he-
do. You said it. I
I
didn't say it.
know.
I just said that you.
I was young.
You know, you can say it if you
Speaking
would
of
like
young.
to.
Yeah, but like what he said is true because like when I think of Chief Keef now, which I was thinking about the other day, is like I don't necessarily dislike him, but it's like when I think of Chief Keef, when I listen to Chief Keef, I think of like, damn man, I miss playing basketball. That's all I used to warm up to. OTF, on God, like all I used to put on my headphones and just
Damn.
go crazy. You
Chief
feel me?
Keef, now that was a time.
But I'm not saying like he's died down or anything. It's just like he said, when I think of Chief Keef, it's simpler times.
Yeah. The music now that he makes is not gonna do it because again, you listen
Yeah.
to it. Everything's about timing. Music is about timing. Whether
Yeah.
you It's very subjective. Music is very subjective. It could be right or there's no right or wrong. Everybody has their own opinions, but everybody has a different life. And
what's
music
so crazy
comes
is that Chief Keef is still like one of the youngest artists. Like he's younger than Baby.
Yeah, he's
younger than 21.
Because he started so young.
He's
like
what, like
23 or
23,
22?
24 or something like that.
Something around there.
Fact check.
He's young as shit. Like young. I ain't even introduced this episode. What's going on, everybody? Too Many Ideas podcast, episode 5, I think. Yeah, whatever. Thanks, guys, for being here.
25.
Oh.
Chief Keef is 25. Revelation.
That makes sense because I remember I was 18 when he was like 16.
The fact that Chief Keef
I
is
thought he
still
was
like
23,
younger than me
24.
is kind of just like blows my mind.
he has a thing with that.
What?
Because remember when we was talking about Chance? And
Oh,
he was
how
like,
Chance is also.
yeah, he's younger than me and stuff
Nah,
like
but
that.
see, it's not the same thing. Like when I say that with Chief Keef, I just mean like, damn, I've been listening to him for that long, and he's still younger than I am.
I mean, he's the
like,
closest
I
thing.
mean, he's always gonna be younger than him. Like, no matter how many years go
I know
by.
I can fucking count. All right, I know that. I'm just saying, not really
I
realizing
think
and
Chief Keef
understanding the age.
is the closest thing we have to like a childhood like rap star.
Child prodigy.
Yeah, that's the closest thing. Yeah.
He's the hood's Justin Bieber.
literally.
The closest thing?
Yeah, like of our generation. And what I mean
Oh.
by that is like, yeah.
So Soulja Boy was in our generation?
He was a child?
He was 16. He was 16. Yeah, he was 16.
Okay.
When?
When?
He was younger, actually. Yeah, he was younger. He was maybe like 15 because I was on the Soulja Boy in 2006.
Wait. What? How old was he when he made the biggest song of his life?
He was definitely under 18. I know that.
Let's Google. Can you fact check that, please?
Okay.
He could be definitely right. I just want to know. Hey, so
What are we calling the biggest song of his life?
come on, bro.
Soulja Boy?
Is that a fucking question? Like, what the fuck?
Hey man, I fuck with Snap and Roll, man. Come on now.
Damn, Soulja Boy 30. Fuck.
You might be wrong, sir.
No, I'm right. I know that.
I think he's right.
Wait, if he's 30 in his 2021,
Music career.
Yeah, that makes about sense.
In August 12, 2007, Crank That was used on the television series Entourage. All right, so let's just say 2007. What he would have
That's right.
been 17 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Still the same age.
and but I think he was 16 because I remember.
Still the same age.
Yeah, but I'm saying like when he made it and put it out or got signed, he was 16. And he was on his way to be 17 that year.
Still the same age, bro. You can leave it alone.
16.
Chief Keef and Soulja Boy was the same age.
Chief
Yeah, but
Keef
he was a
versus
child
Soulja Boy.
star, so like
Yeah,
that's why I
yeah.
wasn't saying like
got
was
you.
he not in our generation?
No, you're right.
He's like he was like yeah, he's definitely.
I forgot about him. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Chief Keef is more your generation, and then Soulja Boy is more like our generation since we are a little bit older.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's a reach now.
A reach.
Like the different generations. Like y'all are 3 years ahead of me with that.
Yeah.
That's not a whole different generation.
It's not, but it's kind of like the J. Cole thing. Like J. Cole is like
What?
he considers
Gen-
himself a middle
listen,
child.
generations in music are
Yeah.
way shorter than
Yeah.
generations in like life.
I
It
disagree
is.
right now.
I look at generations.
I would say that to apply to this generation, but not us, because y'all would have been older. Okay, hold on. Hold on, time. How old were y'all when y'all was dancing to Crank That?
I was
Middle
7.
school.
Yeah, I was in middle school, so you was in elementary.
My point exactly.
So I don't think that's your generation.
That song was intended for the youngest crowd of the youngest. Am I wrong? It literally taught you
I
to
mean,
dance.
yeah, no, for sure.
So how are we not the same generation?
No, well, hold on, let me finish. I was not just listening to that though.
Okay, what else was
From
listening to?
Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy also had like shit that was like way more explicit.
So
and way
name an
more-
artist that I would have missed from y'all generation, or you feel like it's separate from my generation. This is
Yeah.
rather interesting to me to hear. I don't think it's possible. I don't. Y'all, unless y'all about to name someone that no one knows, it's not.
Well, I guess like it's not so much because it's hard for you to miss something from our generation. It's more so for us to miss something from your generation.
I don't think. Am I going crazy here?
Like-
I don't think that line exists. I think that line exists now, and it's so hard because of all the different. Like he just said, music is becoming shorter.
It's harder for me to think about it, but I don't know. I still agree to my point. It's just hard for me to think about it just because it was so long ago.
We
and
can
I
double
don't-
this. We can come back to this, but I don't think there's somebody. I really don't, because I think everybody that blew up. The reason why I'm saying that, because everybody that blew up our generation hit the radio immediately.
Give me one, just so I'm not saying you're wrong. I just want to know so I can think of timeline.
So are we saying like my childhood or just
Yeah,
in
your
general?
child. Yep.
Yeah, your childhood, like your middle school.
Yeah, your middle school. Who was you listening to in middle school? I think that makes a lot more sense.
I think everything. That's what I'm saying.
See, we can't ask you. You're an artist.
Okay. No, that's not what I'm. That's not even what I mean. It was just harder to
so-
me. If let me tell me if I'm wrong. To me, our generation. I know y'all want to say y'all's, but our generation, to me, it was harder to be like, okay, I only listen to this because everything was being blasted. If it was a hit, it was a hit. To me now, it's easier to be like, hey, I listen to straight TikTok songs, or I listen to straight this. I can go to my sister's playlist and not know none of those people because they haven't popped. They popped in this whole subcategory. To me, our generation, if someone was big, they were big. There was no sub. That sub alternative thing just became a thing to me. Am I wrong? Just became a huge thing at that. Bro, everybody knew about Currency. He never touched the radio, ever.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody knew about Wiz Khalifa before he was a big thing.
But
there was no separation in generations.
Currency was like not even. I don't even like Currency. Can't even be my generation technically. That's
Holy shit! I don't know what generation.
because I remember being
Who's Currency generation?
I don't
then?
know.
because
I don't know.
His generation? Or,
no,
or before.
before us. Maybe
Wow,
like
okay.
So,
Nah,
so
nah, I'm off the boat.
I know it's
I'm
very
off the boat.
confusing. I know it's very
I'm
confusing.
off the boat.
I know it's very confusing.
Sorry, buddy.
But hold on. If our if we're
Just saying, this is gonna explain the reason why we can't split the generations. So go ahead.
if we're split in generations, if we are between us
Yeah.
and him,
Uh-huh.
is he just one generation behind us, or two, or three, or I don't know? Is he?
Okay.
He's just one.
We're gonna move on to our
We're
next
not.
topic.
We're not splitting generations. Thank you.
3 generations behind? That's
No,
literally a
I'm
new
asking.
generation every year.
No, I was just asking.
You know, he
I
was
just
asking.
Yeah.
Music.
So it would just be one.
It would be a single.
It would just be one,
generation.
right?
Yeah, single generation.
All right.
later.
I knew Currency existed making music heavily and was at one of his most peak when I was in elementary. So that's why I don't think he was.
Wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was like 5th grade. Yeah, I was like 5th grade.
What was his peak?
Currency's
His
peak
peak?
was in your elementary school?
Well, no,
What was
not his
his
peak,
peak?
but when like a lot of people like really gravitated to him and became like
Y'all
his fans.
Y'all are tweaking. I
Don't say
think
y'all anymore. Don't say y'all anymore. I don't know where this nigga's going with that one. Because I know niggas who was in my school listening to Currency
I know.
religiously.
I know that too.
He's trying to
Yeah,
say
I
when he
know.
popped. I think
I'm
is
talking
what
about when
he's
he popped.
But
But
I
I
still-
feel like that's what I feel like that's more so what I'm referring to is pop. When people pop, Soulja Boy popped when this man was in elementary, and then when he became in middle school, Soulja Boy had like "Kiss Me Through the Phone" by that point, and then I guess then you could say Soulja Boy is in your generation at that regard. But Crank That was like
Okay, so if we're saying when an
Crank That
artist,
wasn't that far before Kiss Me Through the Phone.
it was it was his next album,
Bro,
and it was like
if
2
we're
years.
saying
like
when
a
an
1 or 2 year
artist,
gap.
if we're saying when an artist popped is when their generation is, I think that's just dumb. Because then if you look at it like that,
I say
What-
that because a lot of people, a lot of artists peak is when they pop. There's some artists that's not it though.
and the reason why I'm saying that,
Peak
I don't.
is always when they pop.
No, because like someone like Kendrick, right? Good Kim, he had Section 80 and hella great projects, but Good Kid, Mad City brought him to the top, and then he consistently kind of kept
Okay,
raising
see,
the
now,
bar.
yeah, this is a whole different discussion now. Because I would completely
I
disagree.
get what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, that's
I get
what
what you're
I'm
saying.
saying. Yeah.
But I would
But
completely
most
disagree with-
artists, when they pop, that's their peak. Most. Let's be honest. Like after that with Soulja Boy, he kind of like
No,
So wait, hold
wait,
on. So
the
you think
reason
that
why-
Kendrick's peak and his pop are the same thing too?
No, I disagree with that. I'm saying like, oh well, no, you're saying they're two different things, right?
yeah. I'm saying.
I'm saying I agree with that.
Oh,
Because-
okay, yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead.
Peak and pop are two different things to me.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But
I was
most
kinda
artists, and you
confused
know
with that.
this, when they pop, that's usually their peak. Because at that point, they're kind of. I'm not saying they're gone and forgotten, but
Yeah,
they're
but the re-
they're not as hot as.
The reason why I'm saying all this is to me doesn't matter to the topic of the generation. Go ahead.
That's the last thing. Like for example, I'm just throwing like a more younger artist, like Pump, Lil Pump, right? He's definitely not my generation. I know that. Definitely not mine, in my
Okay.
opinion. I mean, he could be. I don't fucking know. But to me, I don't listen to that motherfucker.
Okay.
But he popped.
Okay.
I think he passed his peak, and
Okay.
he has good songs that he can perform at, and people still has attention to. So, is he still making music right now that people in middle school would say, "Oh, Pump is my generation now"?
If Pump made a hit, yes.
Oh, if he made a hit, okay.
My whole that's what I'm trying to say. To me, generation is who the music is intended for. J. Cole's not making music for my sister. He's making music for us.
For sure.
Am
I
I
agree.
wrong? TikTokers, people that blow up on TikTok is not making music for us.
So basically,
What-
what you're saying is that like pretty much any artist can cross those generations.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do. I can say that, but it depends on the power, the star power of that artist.
I guess for me and where I'm kind of like leaning more towards Benji's point is just like the timing of when an artist is out and when it's most popular to the masses first. First.
Like when they're Billboard and shit. Like
not
the
even
re-
when they're Billboard and
the
shit,
reason-
but just the first time that they're
Okay.
out there. Because I believe that what you said, like people can be cross generational and they can come back and whatever and just like keep on lasting. And now Drake is everybody's generation.
Bro,
in a sense.
Yeah.
Like
honestly, because he's
at the
stood
same
the test
time-
of times. Not a lot of artists can do that.
disagree. That's where I disagree at. To me, I was thinking about this just the other day. I was at home in my shower. I said, damn, why haven't I liked music the same? And I was like, damn, I feel like I'm getting an old mindset. It's not that I don't like music the same. No one's touching me the same as a Kanye did, or a Pusha T did, or a Drake did. But reason for that being said, it's not being made for me. That's my point. Drake is not making music for us anymore. Drake is trying to cross generations. He made a failed TikTok song. Drake failed at making a TikTok song. Why is that? He's not in this generation. That's all it is, bro. That Mooski nigga is going crazy. Cola Ray is going crazy. That is made for this generation. You can only make music for this generation if you're in this generation. That's why they always say, feed the kids. That's why Travis Scott is going on to Sofago, because he understands he has to do that. We brought up Drake and Versace for a reason. He has to do that. They can tap in, yes, but they're not made for they're not making music for the generation.
I don't.
So that's why I disagree. I think Drake's generation has been done.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think you need to be made for the generation to just be for the generation. I think your music can still stand the test of times and again cross over into generations. For example, Ye came out in 2004, bruh. I was like, what? I don't know. Where were we at 2004?
I'm dying to hear this one. Go ahead. Can you keep moving?
I was
So is
sick.
Ye cross
I was 10
generation
years
to you?
old. I was 10 years old.
Has Drake crossed generations? to
Yeah.
you?
So what I'm saying is,
He's just not doing it now.
is Ye for this generation, for like today's generation? Can we?
Well, no, I'm not saying for today's generation.
Okay.
What I'm asking you is, from his first generation to wherever you feel like he stopped, would that be cross generation?
I don't think Ye has ever been full cross generation. I think he grew his crowd. Perfect. I mean, because to me, Ye got bigger for being Ye, not music. Let's just be honest. For being himself, controversy, and clothes. Anybody younger than me knows him for clothes and reselling his shit, not his music.
I understand.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't think he ever fully we know that.
Yeah.
We don't fully care to make that type of music.
Yeah.
So me personally, I've never thought of.
I could just speak from my experience, and for me, the thing was like, I always heard of songs like when I was younger of like Jesus Walks and stuff like that. That one being his biggest song back when I was young. And it's like as I got older and my brain started to process, I started to understand music and actually listen to lyrics, and I became his fan. I'm not because again, I don't think I was his generation. His generation was like the 20-year-olds when I was 10 years old. But again, as time progressed, my mindset, and he helped me. Listening to Kanye definitely helped kind of sculpt my mind and taste for music.
But to me, this goes back to Mars's biggest point.
I feel like he crossed generations.
He said at the beginning of this argument that he feel like music's shelf life or like extension is small, correct? I don't feel like that early 2000s. Because what y'all are saying about Kanye, he made music about the hard struggle of a 90s black kid, and it continued to go on into the early and late 2000s. Am I wrong? Now, I don't think that matters. Now, you got a shelf life of a year, maybe.
Yeah.
And there's something new. So that's what I'm saying. I can get the point. You can argue Kanye. You can argue a lot of artists back then.
Yeah.
That's because the struggle and everything was being pushed down your goddamn throat. So it didn't really matter if you were for the generation. You just understood what he was speaking about. That's what I'm getting at. Now, to your point, you're saying like if someone was 18, 20, listening to Kanye talk about EBT cards and fresh out of school, of course, yeah, it's made for them. But to me, that doesn't stop me when now I'm 10 years old, 12 years old. I'm like, well, I'm broke as fuck too. I don't want to steal a pink polo. It still applies to me because of the story. I don't think people care about that anymore because you just want to make a hit.
Yeah, I'm not saying. I'm just saying majority, because honestly, in this kind again, back to the kids, majority. I think music is a majority thing and that's not always right. But music is a majority thing. Whoever is like listening the most, that's usually who has like the most importance of music at the time. But the majority of people didn't care about Ye at 10 years old.
So,
Like when they
so
were 10 years old.
I'm trying to stay here for a second.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
because when I think about Ye's first 3 albums
Yeah.
and Ye's second 3 albums and how those two things kind of like sharp transition, I just feel that there were a lot of people who were older than me, you know, pre me, who were listening. I feel like when I look at Ye specifically, sometimes his stuff kind of falls into that older, like
It
with
does.
like Jay-Z and
It does,
this.
definitely.
But then I feel like the second half of that setup was crossed into a different generation. I feel like that point crossed into a different generation.
But this is, and I like the fact you brought that up. I'm not counting that because he was counted with Jay-Z by affiliation, not because of himself.
No, I'm talking about people who were
by
fans of just that era of
Yeah,
music,
time.
like because that's before you,
by
right?
affiliation. That's what I'm saying. Ye wasn't big when he was fucking with Jay-Z. People that knew about music knew about Jay-Z and Kanye, but it was Jay-Z they knew about, not Kanye. It was like a little brother, like you know
Yeah,
the story.
yeah.
So I said by affiliation. He, by his standard, we're counting the peak when he actually started getting the buzz, getting all that. That was post Jay-Z. Am I wrong?
No, you're right. But I'm just saying, I think that for those first 3 albums, let's say he does a show.
3 albums, name them. The late registration, right?
College dropout, late registration, and graduation.
Okay.
For those first 3 albums, right?
Okay.
Probably like let's say we take a college dropout, a show that he does for college dropout.
Okay.
The fans that are in that show, right? Let's
Okay.
imagine them. Let's try to like
Take us back to that.
Yeah.
I think Benji's point is right. They'll probably be 18-year-olds, probably high
for
school,
that
college.
for that point. Yeah, right? Okay, so boom. And then let's fast forward and we take a set of fans for Yeezus.
Yeah.
Are we still seeing some of those same college
Yes.
dropout people?
Yes.
You think so? Do
Yes.
you think so?
The only album I think the crowd ever changed for
Yeah,
Kanye West was
but I don't think it's the
Graduation.
majority. Which is why you got a lot of people. I don't like the new Ye. The older people. The older
Yeah,
people.
see, I'm not sure if I would think that there's a lot of like college dropout fans that are still fans of his at Yeezus.
That's what I'm saying.
Make that a poll.
Majority of people don't
I
like.
want to make that a poll.
I think majority of people that like college dropout, like that was that generation when they were 18, 20, and it was like, oh man, Ye, the man's hard. I'm one of the 1 million people that sold in the first week for Ye because he did sell like 1 million or close to 1 million his first week for college dropout. They're not still his fans by Yeezus because a lot of people didn't like Yeezus. We did. I did.
Or just like even earlier, like
The reason why I'm saying
808s
yes,
and Heartbreaks.
I don't think I'm forgetting. I think Yeezus was a terrible example. Let me start by saying that. And the reason why I'm saying that, a lot of people went to Yeezus for the actual show. Fuck the music. They went for the show. Yeezus started selling when all those pictures hit Tumblr, when all those pictures hit Twitter. Everybody was like, "What the fuck? What is going? Margiela mask? Margiela shoes?"
I mean, shit.
I think a lot of people went out of just pure curiosity.
I
And on
went
top of that-
because of the fucking. The holograms on the building.
But
I
to
mean,
me-
for me, with my point is like with either 808s or you could choose My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yeah, I think if anybody got lost on Kanye, would have started at Graduation. I feel like that was to me personally. I feel like that was him. The music wasn't the same to me personally. I feel like it was like you said, it was stadium music, and I don't feel like that was stadium music. Is definitely not the same people that listen to College Dropout. I feel
sure.
like that's where it went
For
left.
sure. I
Don't get me
definitely
wrong.
agree that.
This is a disclaimer. We all, I think everyone on this podcast understand that Kanye makes generational albums. You know what I mean? So everybody's a different intended crowd per album. We're not saying that, but what I'm saying when the disconnect became, it'd be Graduation. So if any album I would start at, it would be that one. Because to me, between that 808 and Heartbreak, that's where your lefts.
I mean, maybe, yeah. I mean, because honestly, Graduation is tied for my favorite album of year.
Yeah.
And honestly, Graduation came out 2007, I believe. It wasn't until 2012,
I think it was 08. I think it was
2000,
08.
I think it was 2007. Fact check that for me.
I'm about to right now.
I feel like it was 08 because I'm thinking about the 50 Cent
I
album.
know you are. I know. So you may be right. I mean,
Yeah.
but some,
2007.
let's fucking go. All right, my bad.
I have to look at the camera on me.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
All right,
yeah.
bet.
So 2007 it came out, and yeah, there was a couple songs like "Strong" and "Can't Tell Me Nothing" that I heard of, but it wasn't until like 2012, 2013 till when I was actually in college, actually out of high school, where I re-listened to the album and I actually bought it, listened to it in my car, and I really found an appreciation for it beyond like, damn, this man is amazing. Like, and that wasn't my generation because again, I didn't.
And see, okay, I
appreciate
feel
it
like
like
it's
that.
kind of like I'm kind of like arguing a point that I don't necessarily feel myself, just because when I think about, especially like with Kanye, like
Yeah.
several times throughout my life, I go back and I listen to like College Dropout and
sure.
Late Registration
Same.
and Graduation, and really just go all the way up the scale and just be like,
Same.
yeah, I'm still here with this.
Yeah.
You know, so, and I know there's like a lot of people that do that. I feel like we all do that with music that we listened to back then. So
Yeah.
really everything for me would be
Yeah.
everything that I like, I guess, would be like cross generational. I'm just kind of thinking of in a more wider frame for people in general, like outside.
So-
What were you say?
This is like a theory. It's not like fully worded in my head correctly. Is it? Could someone make the point that Kanye's crowd or generation was never really the generation that actually like the word speaking of right now? So those 18, 19-year-olds, right? Because to me, the people that's keeping Kanye money in his pocket are us. at the end of the day. those people that went from college dropout, late registration, graduation, Yeezus, that was us.
Yeah.
So can someone make the point that we are his intended crowd and we are his generation? Because to me,
You're not wrong.
Because to me, like I think Kanye just caught the late boom bap backpack rap type of wave to pop. Yes, or not even pop, to catch some type of attention.
Because when you look at Ye when he came out and the way he dressed and the people that were listening to real rap,
They didn't like him.
they didn't dress nothing like him.
And
they didn't listen to music like him.
That's why it took so hard for him to get in the game. Correct.
And very true.
So my argument is, in a weird way, not even a weird way, I think you can argue that it was still kind of us.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Well,
an
what would be
interesting
the
argument
us?
to make.
Like, I'm not trying to be too specific. Give me
so-
like a age range.
Okay, so someone said this to me, right? I was at an event, right?
Yeah.
And we was talking music. You know, I showed him some stuff. He showed me his stuff. And he was like, it's crazy. We're all kids of Kanye West. I was like, what do you mean?
You just made me kind of put something in perspective though.
Before you go, he was like, we're all kids of Kanye West. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, anybody from 98 and up is kids of Kanye West. And
I'm 94.
So, damn, maybe not. All right, but
Anyone from 98 and up still is kids of Kanye.
Kanye
That
West.
doesn't say anything about anyone before that.
Yeah.
But
but
yeah,
but
I get
that's
what
what I'm
you're
saying. That's what he was saying though. He was like, to me, y'all grew up hitting certain points of Kanye, but the people that actually grew up knowing and only hearing this of course, you already knew late registration, blah blah blah. And y'all were able to actually understand it.
Yeah.
But what he was saying was that, like, for me, and I think this is very very true. And listening to 808s and Heartbreak at my age, I was just like, this is what music should sound like to me. Like I just thought it was normal. Like it sounded so good, so great. But for someone like y'all understood how groundbreaking it was. I feel like, and that was his argument. He was just like, me now, let's say I make music, I'm thinking 808s and Heartbreak is the holy grail.
That is a very interesting point, because I feel like anybody who was listening to Kanye, who kind of got introduced to Kanye a little bit earlier with College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, when that 808s and the My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy and the Yeezus hit, it was a little bit harder for those people to kind of like stick with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was groundbreaking, yes, and you recognize that, but it was also like, damn, this is like completely different. But people who grew up on it, it was just like, oh, this is normal. That's why younger people were able to accept those albums a lot easier.
And then want to actually, in a way, kind of, reproduce it or type of replicate it type situation. So that's what I think he meant by like the 98 thing. Because at that time, you're growing up into it and you're like, I'm 97, so same thing. But you're growing up into it and you're like, wow, like, why doesn't all music sound like, well, what's the big point? You know what I mean? It's like he's singing. But it's like rappers aren't supposed to sing.
And you can kind of really like think about it in like looking at rappers and artists of today. Like let's say we're looking at like a Kendrick, right? Yeah. Kendrick probably didn't grow up on Kanye. That's why he still has some of those older elements.
He doesn't.
But you have
but
rappers
he definitely
who
has
came,
influence.
Yeah, you have rappers that came after, that whole Kanye era, like Yachty and any you can name anyone from any kind of like spectrum, and you could really kind of draw it a little bit back, at least like a small percentage back to what Kanye kind of pioneered in a sense, with whether it was 808s or whether it was My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy or Yeezus. You can kind of say like, okay, you could tell that this person came after that, or you could tell that this person came before that. Yeah, I definitely would subscribe to that. I think that's a good point.
To that.
Podcast words, man. That's exactly what that
I
is.
was to subscribe to that.
I would, yeah, I
How did
agree.
this conversation start again? We
We
were
were
Soldier
starting
Boy.
with
I have
Soulja Boy and
no idea.
Okay,
We're literally like
whoever-
kind of fading into our topic. We haven't even gotten there yet.
So whoever's watching this, please leave the comment. Is there like a real line of generation of like the Soulja Boy era and where we started with the Chief Keef? Like I feel like we all grew up on the same thing. And what I mean by that
Is the Chief Keef era the same as the Soulja Boy era?
Hold on, no. That can be taken way differently. Because to me, you can say like, oh, well, drill music and Soulja Boy. No, not the same era. What I'm saying is from how old are you again? 27, right?
27.
It's cool, right? I guess
Nigga
you
didn't
I
wanna
don't think
say.
you wanted to say that, but okay.
Nah, no, yeah.
So 27. So I'm gonna say this. I'll say, is there a musical generational difference from the age of 21 to 29? Is there a huge difference? I want to know.
Between 21 and 29?
Yeah, I want to know.
Okay. All right.
I don't even know who's 21. Like,
I know a few 21ers, and I think the
well,
cutoff.
I know you do.
I think the cutoff time will be later than that. No. I'll say 21. I'll say 21.
So you know 21-year-olds that you feel like listen to old Soldier Boy.
Now, no, but
I
did
mean,
yeah.
Okay, not now.
I think the
Like,
cutoff time. 'Cause I know a girl that's 19, 20 that don't know early Kanye at all.
Mm-hmm.
I know a 21, 22-year-olds that know early Kanye.
Yeah.
Since this is kind of along those same lines, we're just talking about it more in a generational sense. But let's dive a little bit deeper into like albums. So, and Luke brought this topic up. So it was basically just, is there an album that first time you listened to it, loved it, liked it, whatever, but then the second time just wasn't it anymore? And I honestly had a hard time thinking about an album that I liked at first that I didn't like the second time.
I don't have one.
Like I'm not really sure. I
Yeah.
could think about the other way around, but not sure. So since you had the topic, maybe you had something in mind.
I mean, I don't really have one per se either. I just feel like it's a good topic to dive in. 'Cause I feel like there's been albums I might like. I think Blinding Lights, that album, not album, but that single from The Weeknd's last album, that song was fire. But I listened to the album first time, I'm like, okay, I can see what he's going for. This is kind of hard. It's kind of fire. But then as I go back to listen to it, I'm like, I don't really like 2 songs. Like, you ever just listen to something, like, you appreciate what they did, and you're like, okay, I kind of fuck with this. But then when you actually go back and, like, let me see if I still fuck with it.
Is it that you appreciate the rollout?
No, I wasn't in the rollout. I appreciated what
timing?
I think I appreciated what he was going for. And to your point, what you brought up early in the topic, I feel like it depended on when I was listening to it. So I listened to it in a space where I was like, I'm actually trying to take it in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, I understand it. I feel it. I got it. But now when you listen to music, passingly, like you just throw it on. You like,
You just made a lot of
it's not the same. Like, I can't just listen to this. I have to be in that space.
Just to open up a little bit my personal life. When that motherfucker dropped Heartless,
Yeah.
I was at a pretty heartless stage in my life. So I'm not gonna lie, I was blasting that shit like non-stop.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I was like, this is the one. This is gonna get me out. This
It's gonna get me out.
This is gonna
This
get
gonna
me
get
out
me out the
this rut.
mud.
This is gonna get me out
mud.
this little situation that I'm in. And then after, damn. So yeah, okay, you just kind of helped me understand it. The question, yeah, I will say. I mean, I still love Heartless, but I mean, it doesn't. I don't feel the same way now, just because like I'm more like content with myself that I'm not.
I think that's
listening to that song.
yeah. I think that's a different conversation too,
Yeah.
because it's just like that song or that album or whatever that you have for that moment, and then
Yeah.
after you pass that moment,
Yeah.
it's just like
Yeah.
you know.
It is a different topic, but to me, it still falls in the same thing because it was like, did you really like it, or was it just the fact that you just understood? Because I sometimes think about 808 and Heartbreak like that, and too, I'm like, damn, was I just a sad ass kid, or do I like this project?
I was just about to bring that up too.
Like,
I
I
was just
love
like,
that. I don't know. It was just perfect.
But no, the reason why I feel like I actually like the project is because I just like the effect it took on
I
everybody.
like the effect.
I
I
like the
tempo,
approach, the everything.
the,
Like,
the
and, like-
simplicity, the mellow, like everything.
and like it's hard for that one specifically, at least for me, because first listen to it, I was just like, okay, I like this.
Yeah.
Then next listen, fell off it. I didn't really like it like that. But now, years later, I'm back on liking it. So it's like it's kind of hard. I feel like if there's anything that I would put into this kind of category, it would always be something where I liked it at first.
so
I
what
didn't
about
like
Days
it.
Before
and then-
Rodeo, Travis?
I still love it.
First listen, did you love it?
To me it was different. I never.
Okay, that's kind of a good one.
Like the way the album hit me, it was more of like I heard it from friends, like song by song. Like
First-
I never heard Drugs You Should Try It until it was in your video,
Yeah.
and I didn't even know that was on Days Before Rodeo.
I feel like Days Before Rodeo first listen was lackluster.
Okay.
But I think a point that Mars is probably gonna bring up in when he talks, I just feel like from a Travis fan, I'm like, this ain't enough Travis for me. It was like probably like 4 singles, like songs that he was on, and it was kind of on the shorter end of things. So I was just like,
Yeah.
I was just like, what the fuck? You know, I'm like, oh. So I remember listening to it. I remember we was in a group message, me, Key, Mars, Matt, a whole bunch of people, and I'm like, Drugs, you should try that motherfucker. I'm not gonna hold you. I was young, right? So I remember being like, I remember texting the group message like, that You Should Try song is hard. And it was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, the You Should Try song. It was like, what are you talking about? Drugs You Should Try. And it was like, why didn't you just say that? I'm like, I didn't want to say that. Like, I didn't want to say drugs or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, that shit is hard. So then I remember the only person that fucked with it was Mars. Mars was like, I think I like that one too.
Yeah.
Nobody else.
I love that.
More
song,
like 2
bro.
months later, nah,
Love
that's
that
the
song.
motherfucker, bro.
That
That's
song-
that
that song, I
motherfucker.
love that song.
I remember being in the group message like, these niggas is tripping. Like,
Yeah, bro, that shit was hard.
these niggas are tripping.
Nah, I want
Like,
to listen to it now, honestly. Damn.
nah, that shit is that motherfucker. But First
That's
listen, I was like,
crazy.
okay, Young Thug snapped. Rich Homie Quan definitely snapped. But Travis. Then the next song was after, I'm like, Drugs just try hard. It was more like an up and down. So I was just like, I don't even know if I like this. But as I went,
Skyfall.
What? Hold on for a
I'm
second.
about to go into that too.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What song was Mamacita? What
It was two.
It was
Two
two?
or three.
I think
It was
it
two?
was in the front part.
It was two. I can look it up right now.
I think look it up for a second before I actually answer
The
this.
first song was
The prayer, wasn't
Prayer.
it?
Yeah, it was Prayer.
I think Mamacita was the second song.
Yeah. I'm about to fact check it right now for you.
I'm not sure. Oh wait, I don't have a phone.
So
over
it's the prayer, Mamacita, Cortana, Drugs You Should Try, Don't Play, Skyfall,
Yeah.
Zombies, Sloppy Toppy, Basement Freestyle, Backyard, Gray, and Bat.
here.
They
Yeah,
always
that's
chilling.
the thing. Like, it was like, okay, heard the prayer. I was just like, okay, whatever. Her Mamacita,
yeah.
that put me on a high for the
Yeah.
rest of that project. I
Yeah,
feel
see,
like,
nah.
like,
He made me
fir-
like Mamacita how much he played it, but
I never listened
That-
to. Oh, I did listen to that.
that first like, didn't I was just
Oh
like,
yeah.
oof,
The,
oof.
the guitar.
Yeah. It was just like that perfect dark, and I was just like, yeah, that really got me up there for the rest of the for the rest of the album.
Someone been watching Anthony Fantano.
Sorry.
But see, like that's what I'm saying. I do this a lot, and I'm trying not to do this. When I'm a fan of someone, musically, anything artistic, creative, whatever you do, if I'm a fan of you, I'm a fan of you. So it's really hard for me, and I had noticed with Travis because he did it in his last project. He does enough to make it his song, and that's it. And that's what I seen in Days Before Rodeo, and I was pissed because to his point, notice what he just said from the beginning of that beat, which Travis probably played a part in, so he takes credit for that as well. That he liked the song. That's not enough for me. Like to me, Mamacita was his hook and Young Thug song, and Rich Homie. But that's how I looked at it. But like in
So
Moses,
true to what about Drugs You Should Try?
True to agree.
that's him.
Okay.
There's nobody else on that bitch.
Okay.
That's him. Then
And
you
like
feel me?
Backyard. And
Backyard.
like,
The second half
They
of
are
that
is hard, bro.
The second half
That
of that
song was
project.
really badly mixed though, but it's a great song.
There was that project.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
the second half of that project was lovely to me because it was Travis Scott.
Yeah.
But I can understand, of course, why he did what he did. He has friends. He has things he want to, push or whatever the case got to be. But first listen, I was like, Dressy Try is hard. Gray is hard. Back is hard. I'm like, I don't know if it's enough Travis. I've always felt like that. I've never had enough Travis Scott. I mean, now maybe, but like
That's
of
good
him.
though. That's kind of
no,
good
I
though.
mean,
Of him.
I feel like I still feel the same way of
a
not
positive
having
thing.
enough of him on his own music.
Of his own, yeah, like
But it's at the same time like you kind of let him get a little bit of a pass on it because when he puts those songs together, all those other people, it still sounds like his songs. One and two, the songs are just so goddamn good.
And that's the reason why I think Travis took so long to blow up. Because I remember being such an advocate fan of his and like he's gonna change this, he's gonna do this. But it was like he was being grouped with Young Thugs and Rich Homie when he wasn't supposed to be.
He
You feel me?
wasn't.
So he had to make you understand that he can make a song with all of them on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What song blew him up in y'all's opinion?
Cortana.
Antidote. Oh, you talking about like big or
Big.
Cortana definitely
Yeah.
put him in more ears.
Yeah.
But I feel like Antidote is like what really got him
Yeah,
on
I mean,
Billboard
to
and,
me,
and
when it
commercials.
goes-
When did Travis become what he is today?
Oh,
Is
Antidote.
what I-
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Antidote.
That's okay.
Antidote.
That's what I'm
when he
asking.
put them
Yeah,
three
yeah.
songs, it was like 3 songs, right? He
Yeah,
put
it
on
was
SoundCloud,
it-
and Antidote just hit.
It was
Antidote.
Hold on. It's coming.
Wonderful.
And awesome, right? Or
Yeah.
18.
18,
18,
yeah. And then Antidote just hit, and everybody's like,
I'm never gonna forget listening to that song, bro. And
That was
me.
mine.
It was our shit for the
Yeah.
whole summer, and I was just like, "This is the shit." I remember playing it one time. My phone stopped
Yeah.
working, and everybody was making jokes like,
Yeah.
"Damn, that shit was too fire! Like your phone stopped working or whatever."
Bruh.
And it was that song. I think was the last time a song would ever blow up that slow. That shit took a whole summer and a half to me.
yeah.
It was really like a
Slow,
slow
like,
ride.
it was like a-
like
But-
for real.
Because it was like I think by the time it was on the
But
radio,
when it was up there, it was up
by the time it
there.
was on the radio, I feel like it was like a year after. It was on the radios everywhere.
No, yeah, you're right. It
And I
did
think
take a
that
long.
had to do-
It took a while to get on the radio.
And that definitely had to do with the rollout of it. He just
Yeah, he
dropped
dropped
that
it.
shit.
Yeah,
He
he
just
did
put it out.
He
Like,
just dropped it and just like
nothing with it.
But I think in his defense and how we're viewing
the
it,
video took a long ass time to come out too, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
in his defense, how we're
Exactly.
viewing, you have to
Yeah.
understand, Days Before Rodeo wasn't a bop. Like, if you were a Travis Scott fan, you were a Travis Scott fan back then. But if you were learning Travis Scott, you were saying he sounds like a Kid Cudi rip and he's trying to be Kanye West. That's what
Yeah.
everybody said.
Yeah.
So, to me,
Nothing wrong with that.
what helped him actually pop, oddly enough, was Kylie Jenner. When Kylie Jenner played Drugs You Should Try on her Instagram, bro, it was it. And then followed up with Antidote and shit, which I don't think he think will be that big, but it was the fact that those Kylie Jenner fans was there now. It was like a, okay, this is going up now. And then that motherfucker just never looked back, bro. So I would have to say is that song, but I'm never gonna forget when I was so happy that Adidas put the Cortana song on their commercial and gave Travis Scott his own commercial. I think Adidas might have sponsored that video or something. It was kind of similar, but excuse me, yeah, that to me was his first like
What's
commercial.
his biggest song?
His biggest song like ever?
Yeah.
It has to be Sicko Mode with it,
Yeah.
other than
Of course.
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
you shouldn't be proud to say, but whatever.
I'm not proud to say.
No one should ever be proud to say their biggest songs with Drake. Just saying.
I'm just saying his two biggest songs are songs with two.
The two biggest
I'm,
songs.
The biggest
I'm
My
curious.
point exactly.
I'm
Literally,
curious.
you go to a Travis show, the last 3 songs are gonna be Antidote, Goosebumps, and then Sicko Mode.
Yeah.
I almost forgot.
And
about
before
Goosebumps.
Sicko Mode came out, it was Goosebumps last.
I'm interested. So let's try to think of all the people whose biggest songs is with Drake.
That's not a lot of people. That's not a lot of people.
I mean,
You don't think so?
But that's still relevant.
to what
That's
tier
still relevant.
though? Because there's a
I mean,
lot
not
of
still relevant.
there's a
but
lot of
just, like,
lower
in
tier
general,
rappers
like,
who
where
have
they
that.
had their biggest song.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of
That's
fucking
a lot
and
of
it was
people.
and it was their biggest song because it was with Drake.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people.
I mean, he does remixes too.
Yeah,
So it's like,
yeah.
I don't, that's what I'm saying.
Just throw one out there, Black Boy JB.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's like a random one. Like
What's bro's name? I'm not even gonna say the person that just came to my head because I gotta give him respect. We're gonna bring him up later. But I was thinking.
he cut it out. Say it. I wanna
Nah,
know.
no, I'm gonna bring him up, but I'm just not gonna bring him up
Okay.
in that way. 'Cause that'd be
Okay,
disrespectful.
okay.
What's the dude that made Drama, right? What's that dude name?
Who? Drama.
Oh, he made that song called Drama, I think.
Drama.
Drama. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
How does it go? Do you know?
Didn't something Jordan, some Majid Jordan, something like that?
That's his artist.
No, that's his biggest song.
Oh, Majid Jordan.
yeah, that's his biggest song.
Yeah.
When
Oh.
yeah.
Okay, that's a little bit different because that's his artist.
After.
No, that's not different. That's the same.
It's the same thing. He said, "You know what? I'm gonna make you a big
Yeah,
song
yeah,
and sign
yeah,
you."
yeah,
Like,
it's the same
what the
thing.
fuck?
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
McConan.
See, that's what I was gonna bring up. But I think that's disrespectful.
I
to
just
say.
throw that out there.
I think it's disrespectful because I, till this day, I don't love McConan, but I just purely think, which Drake does, and not his fault, that McConan was not supposed to be that big. I watched this YouTube video that really opened my eyes.
He
There's
said,
some,
I don't know how I'm still here.
there's some people
That's
like
what
we
McConan said.
say we fall off or they fell off, like Trinidad James and McConan and all that.
Yeah.
But I have to people have to keep in mind, like some people are just not meant to be that big. They didn't fall off. They were never supposed to like really be that big, and it's okay. To me, McConan,
Intentional accidents happen.
yeah, to me,
Yeah.
McConan was one of those people. Like he had a great following before
Yeah.
Drake that loved him, but the fact that he went so not his fault,
Yeah.
pop essentially,
Yeah.
he wasn't able to live up to that pop
yeah,
standard
yeah.
because he was never that.
He made a
person.
song so big that everything else could
Had-
not
exactly.
It
match
took
up
his
to
career to a place that he wasn't trying to go
exactly.
yet.
That's
Yeah.
that's
Like,
exact. That's the best way to say
That's
it.
why
He wasn't in
like
that
music is
position.
about timing.
And that's how I feel about Trinidad James. I feel like Trinidad James, if I ever meet him, I think he's a cool person, genuine person, and I feel like that
He's
all
another
go,
person.
that all go everything was just so big. Like I
was
think
so
he,
big. It
I
was
think he made pretty good
huge.
music after that, but it wasn't as big as I'll go.
You know what it
A
is?
lot of people really ignore his music after that, and he
Literally,
had some
bro.
good ass
Bro,
songs on
I
some
don't
of those
care
projects.
what nobody say.
Yeah.
Trinidad James was one of the flyest rappers on the come up. On the come up.
On the come up.
Like dead ass.
Dead ass.
I dead ass mean that.
He's still one of the flyest niggas out there.
Yeah.
yeah. No, he can
You know,
definitely.
as far as,
he
like-
definitely know about like
Yeah.
yeah. But damn, I forgot what I was about to say. I was about to bring something up about Trinidad. Fuck.
What, you shot a video for him?
Nah.
I don't think Benji was even in the videos yet, were you?
Nah. But
Yeah.
I was when I was interning at Castle Hills.
Got you.
Trinidad's engineer was like one of my, not bosses, but he was one of the engineers I would intern for.
It's okay. You can call him your boss.
Quick story. This has nothing to do. I remember one time I booked a session. This is when I first was like learning how to use their studio, and I remember I pulled up, and his name's Padron. He was Trinidad's engineer. He was there. I pulled up. I'm not interning. I'm here to work with Malik or Marcus.
Yeah.
And then he looked at me. He was like, "Do you mind grabbing me a coffee? This." I was like, "I'm not like working right now." He was like, "Oh." That shit was so awkward. That shit was so awkward.
Nigga wanted to fire you right
I was
then.
mad. I was like, bro,
Bitch,
I'm not,
you know I
I'm
wasn't
not on the
working,
clock.
nigga.
I'm not on the clock
What the
today,
fuck is
dog.
wrong?
I'm
Not
here.
on the clock.
I'm here to
Nigga,
do
you
some,
walk in this door, you on the clock, nigga.
I see.
You look at the clock, you see that clock up there, you on that bitch.
No, I know a couple of stories like that. I know a couple of stories. That's funny.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, definitely a lot of Drake features that have been people's come up and demise.
I honestly feel sad to say that about Travis, because he could have had that same thing without.
But I
having
don't
that
think
Drake
Travis
thing.
cares, bro. I think
He doesn't. He doesn't.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
more so for me.
Yeah,
just
I
feeling
understand.
like
I
that.
understand. But I mean, we know Travis is great. We know he can make songs alone
I
that
don't-
are
I don't know that.
You don't know that he's great?
I don't know.
Drugs
that.
you should try
Anymore?
Like,
I don't know.
Oh,
I can't say that no more. I really can't.
mean,
Benji, I am a huge Travis Scott fan. I don't think so.
I'm not.
I'm sorry.
Okay. I think he can make
I'm
songs
not saying
that I
like
like a lot.
currently. Like I'm not trying to be specific to the current. I'm just saying like he's made great music. That's why I consider him great. To me.
Yo, we're not saying that. You said continue. Like he can make a great song by himself.
Oh no, I didn't
think
say
so.
that.
Yes, you did.
No, I said we know he's great.
You gonna make me play the tape back?
No,
What you said, bro.
no, that's not what I said.
Unless it cut you
I
off
said we
early or
know
something.
Travis is great,
Yeah.
and we know that he can make a great song.
That's what we're
I'm not-
disagreeing.
Okay, that's
He-
the
so,
thing. That's
drugs you
that's a
should try-
different type of thing.
Drugs,
Oh,
you
you're
I
saying
get-
he can.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like just
Oh,
like
like he
he's
did.
had that potential.
Yeah. I'm
yeah.
not saying like, oh my God, he's gonna make something bigger than Sicko Mode
Okay.
by himself. I'm just
Okay,
saying
yeah,
like
yeah, I got
he
you now.
can. Like I still appreciate him for what he's put out, and
Okay, yeah.
it's been dope shit.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's it.
Because to me, I still think
Yeah.
Birds and Trap Sing Midnight was one of the greatest projects he's done.
I love that.
That's a great
Yeah,
project.
that was amazing. Like a lot of people kind of sleep on that.
And that
one.
was the most Travis I've got.
A lot of people sleep on that, honestly.
But I think personally, I don't know this man. This
Yeah.
is just off of interviews and
Yeah.
watching shit, people like analyzing him. I don't think he's that confident. And I think
He's
it's-
not.
I think it started off that way with him being able to like jump into his fame, or not
Yeah.
even fame, but his upbringing of having Migos, Young Thug, getting cool with these people, probably genuinely, of course,
Yeah.
and then being able to keep up with them. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, why go? If anybody wants a formula, I think it's a Travis Scott formula. Never make your life harder than it needs to be. If you are friends with the Migos and the Migos are going up, duh, why not? The
Yeah.
fuck?
That-
if
that
Young
is-
Thug is
that is
going
the
up,
Trav
duh,
formula.
why not? Like, I'm not blaming him for that. I just missed, just a little bit of the OG Trav. There's a couple
Yeah.
songs by himself. I ain't mad at it.
I understand it.
That's all.
Yeah.
Quick question: what's his last like solo song that you like? And I mean last, I mean timeline wise from.
Ooh.
I mean,
That you like really like.
I like
from-
several of those solo songs from Astro World.
Ooh.
Like which one? Just don't be.
Coffee Bean.
That's the only one I was about to say.
Coffee Bean was good. I like
What
Astro
is-
Thunder.
is-
I like the. What
I
is
just thought
that?
it was cool. Yeah, you're right.
Hold on.
I thought it was cool.
Stop trying to be God. Is that
James
that's
Blake.
not solo?
No, that's not
But I do
solo.
like his part.
That's not solo.
I like the whole song though.
It's cool.
Like
That's not
James,
solo.
like
I
if-
personally think that's one of Travis Scott's best songs.
If
That's
James Blake wasn't on it, like I'm not saying I wouldn't hate it. I would still love the song.
I don't think it would have been made. I don't think it would have been
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
It,
I don't
it
think so
needed
either.
somebody else.
You might
I
be
don't
right,
think so either.
but
It needed
I don't know. I
somebody
still
else.
love
And
that
at
song.
the same time, like I feel like
Stop
having
trying to be
James
God.
Blake on that
Come
He's
song
at the
on,
end
bro.
though, so
put
that's
him
why I
into
say
that
that.
mood.
No,
I
he's
feel like
not.
James Blake.
I think he helped that whole song.
Yeah,
I
yeah. I
don't
feel
know.
like James
Yeah,
Blake kind
it's-
of like engineered that to go.
Oh, you
the
talking
way
about
it
like
went.
vocal? You talking about behind the scenes?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, probably.
That-
Yeah,
that's,
yeah,
that's what we're saying though.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
more
yeah.
like a
Yeah, okay.
James
Just
Blake,
like the same
Travis
thing
in
with
the
the
studio.
with the Tame Impala song. Like he's on that song a lot, but I definitely feel like Tame. This is Tame Spice
Yeah.
on that song. It's not Travis.
What about
Spice.
coordinate?
That's cool.
I'm saying even though Black Youngsters in the beginning. Is that...
I wasn't
You
too
can
big
relax.
on
Okay,
that.
okay.
song.
I'm trying to see where our heads are
No, the
at.
reason why I'm saying is to me, you can always tell when Travis is kind of going in a different direction with that artist. To me, Stop Trying to Be God was a mixture of the two.
Okay.
Of James Blake and Travis Scott. Same thing with Tame Impala, which I always love, but you can always tell like they went in the studio knowing that like, all right, Tame, I want you to hop on a Travis type of situation here.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
sense.
Damn, what was that other song that's on that project? I can't remember, but I like the solo songs on that project, like in general.
Yeah,
I like
but
it.
I will agree. I do like. I guess. I
But
do
my
like the
favorite
collabs
song on that
more.
project is with Frank. So
So my whole thing is right, and this is no. Let me just have a full disclaimer. I am not taking no shots at Travis Scott. I love this man.
we love Travis Scott over here.
We
We've
love
been
Travis Scott.
16 chapels. That's all we need to say to,
Exactly.
to let y'all know.
If anything,
Because y'all
I think-
niggas don't know about that.
If anything, I think we're trying to say at the point that he's grown to a point where he's not giving enough of him. I think that's what we're basically saying. But me personally, if I'm putting out any music,
Yeah.
you feel me? I just feel like my biggest hits, I'll feel some type of way if my biggest hits was always with somebody else. Hear me out. Well, can we all agree that Yosemite is one of the biggest songs on Astro?
Yeah, it is for sure.
For who?
For
But who made it? Like who made it big?
Who made? Oh,
The Gunna Hook.
Okay, thank you.
yeah.
Let's move on. Can we all agree
Yeah.
that the biggest song on there as well is Sicko Mode?
Yeah.
Because of who?
The first part.
Okay, thank you.
The first part.
Okay, thank you. Can we all agree we like Carousel because of who?
Frank Ocean.
Frank Ocean.
Yeah.
That's not enough for me, bro. That's just me
I feel
personally.
it. No, I
like, and we can
respect
go
it.
on with the features on that because they're all still
I
good
respect
features.
it.
But I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like, bro, I was so pissed. You can ask Mars. I was like, I don't like Astroworld, bro.
But honestly, everything you're saying is pretty like.
That's really one of those albums that you listen to at first and you liked it and then we didn't like it.
we didn't like it. Like,
Well,
Pose.
I won't say that. I still liked it, but I know you didn't.
I didn't. I listened to it at first. I was just so happy
Yeah,
we
yeah.
got the motherfucker. I was just like,
You know, but it's crazy. Like everything you're saying is like from a fan's perspective, it's like damn. But from his perspective, it's like, damn, that's kind of smart. You're getting your fans to like want you more. They're not satisfied.
You're right. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. But he's not gonna ever give it.
Yeah, that's the
I
thing.
think it's now.
But you're still gonna listen.
In his, you think so? Tell this guy.
So you're not listening to Utopia?
I'm listening.
No, unless one of y'all co-sign it, great. Nah, I'm straight. That's why, bro, I literally
You listening?
Of course I'm listening.
I
Yeah,
sat in the shower last night. I really thought about this shit. I'm like, am I listening to the same people because I care about them, or am I listening to them to see what young artists they're gonna work on or work with? And I think that's why I'm listening. The shock value of the album is everything to me, and I just don't like it no more. Cause I would not be surprised if the next song or next Travis Scott album
Is with a collab.
Thank you. Has Sofago or has BK or has anybody. Y'all laughing. I'm dead ass serious. Am I wrong though? I would not be shocked. You just never know nowadays. You're just like, holy shit, this young artist. But that's what keeps him going. That's what keeps him with the times. I understand it. I just want him.
But when did like Travis do that?
He's been doing it.
No, I'm saying with like a young artist like that.
He's been doing it.
Just give me an example.
He did it with Thug though. That's what I'm saying.
With Thug?
Yeah, when he was working with Thug and all these people, he was seen. They were seen as what's the word I'm looking for? Equivalent.
Yeah, but I'm saying I haven't seen him work with like a new person.
Don Toliver.
I don't know. Apparently to y'all he wasn't that new because he's been making music since back
By
then.
new, as in he was making music. I
Yeah.
mean, he's not about to pick a random nigga off the street.
I mean, shit.
They're gonna have music. What I'm saying is he's always keeping his ears to the streets, which is fire. You feel me? I admit it. You feel me? I'm not mad at that. What I am mad about, I just feel like now the album is out speaking itself through the
You basically
shock
just want
value.
more antidotes and less sicko modes.
I mean, shit, I'll take that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
Travis,
agree.
you hear that? You got some good criticism. Like I don't know if anybody's ever spit that to you, but give us more antidotes.
If anybody's ever
When's the
spit
last
that to
time
you.
Travis Scott dropped a single by himself?
No, you ain't saying nothing. You literally convinced me.
Yeah.
I will admit, like I ain't never think about it like that. And now I'm on his side. Like, give us more antidotes.
Because look, hear me
For
out.
sure.
We had the the Quavo and Travis fucking collab, and then what we were supposed to get last year was the Scotts. I don't see him caring to drop single music again.
I don't either.
And it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I ain't think about it like that.
But I think it's just because there's so many people like me and like Benji who is just like, once you see that Travis name, you still gonna
Yeah, I'm
listen.
still.
He's still about to get
I'm
all
talking
the
all this
listens.
shit, but I'm still gonna play that shit.
Yeah.
I'm listening
Even
to
if it
Utopia.
ain't an antidote, I'm still listening.
Listen.
I
Roddy
just-
posted Utopia. I'm listening to that shit.
Yeah.
I don't care.
But see,
Yeah.
that's my point. Don't get me wrong. If Ronnie
No,
was on
you're
that
right.
bitch, I'm
You're right.
going too.
You're right. You're
But
right.
now-
You're right. I agree.
Basically,
Hey, that was
I'm-
some shit.
basically,
His
look.
next biggest song is with Roddy.
But basically, look, we're saying it right now. We're going to Travis for all reasons other than him, and that's what I don't like. Like I just hate that.
Yeah.
I agree, but it's at the same time. It's just like if this was someone else, if this was like let's say this
But you
wasn't
know what it
Travis,
is?
Are you
Also-
going to it? Hold on. Are you going to it if it's someone else that's not Travis?
What you mean?
Like
I just
like
thought about something.
replace Travis with
Gunna?
yeah.
Yes, because he never had the artistry or respect of mind. They care.
Wait, so you're going to the Gunna album
Yeah.
in the same way for those same features?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I felt differently.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So
This is
hold on, before we go on. No, I just thought about it. That's my point. You feel differently because you feel like they're gonna approach the song in a different manner because it's Travis Scott, correct?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm saying.
That's my point. That's cool, bro. Do that later, or have a couple songs like that where everybody can't be Rick Ross on Devil with a New Dress.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I feel like that's what y'all expect every time Travis Scott gets. And it's not the case.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
nowhere near the case.
Well, the thing that I like that I just thought about was that, yeah, I listened, like, yeah, I like the sicko mode because, damn, I heard sun is down, freeze, and I like those moments in the song, but I also like it because Travis puts these artists in his world. That is kind of fire to
I
me.
disagree.
And he
Especially-
puts them in this,
especially
like, bro.
'cause
Hold on.
Before you
This is my last
continue,
thing, listen.
what is his
Fir-
world? Because he
first thing-
barely produced that album. Just saying.
World
fact
is,
check me.
is
Anybody can fact check me if you want.
Bruh, I'm not.
What is the
Let-
world?
let-
then?
hold on. Travis Scott is not just Travis Scott. Let's be very clear.
Yeah.
A lot of it is also Mike Dean. and
Okay.
very. So but when people think of Travis Scott, you just think of
Yeah.
Travis Scott. You're not gonna think
Okay.
of Mike Dean. Bro, when me and Josh first heard Sycamore, the first thing we thought was like, oh my God, Drake has so much high end on his vocal. But this is my perspective. This is all I mean. And it's just like, damn, that means he brought Drake into his world, like of like this distorted type of sound of this. I don't know, it's like a sound to me, and he brought him into his world. Same thing with like you were saying about the Tame Impala. Like he brought Tame Impala in this room because but like this is a Travis song. Like, do your thing on a Travis song.
And this is where I draw the line. I feel like those features, those world as you're bringing it is no longer there. To me, what world is it if Drake hops on and it's not even your song anymore? But no one paid Travis Scott's part, bruh. Not one. Anytime you heard that on a clip or a video, it was always Drake. That shit would make me cry. That's my fucking song. Play my fucking part. What the fuck? Lil Baby hops on a song, they're playing his part. Am I wrong?
Wayne used to do that.
That's all I'm saying. There's huge Travis Scott songs, and his part's not getting clipped. That's all I'm saying.
I still kind of like the world shit.
He still likes his world point.
I still like that he brings them into the world.
To me,
I get it.
Because like to hear Roddy on a Travis
hard.
song, it's like I guess I want to listen to it because damn, he just put Roddy on the song, but also because I want to see what Roddy would do in that world.
Yeah, it's really hard just because like
I really want to see people's comments on this. I hope people comment.
It's just like the Drake that you hear on the Travis album is not the Drake that you hear on the Drake album, and I think that even though I want the same thing from Travis on his own.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true because Drake. The reason I'm saying Drake is a really big example to use, but I think the Sicko song alone, the production was just fucking phenomenal. Let's just start there, right?
Yeah.
So to hear Drake on that was a little bit shocking. Okay, I guess actually, whatever, it's okay. To me, it was a little shocking because it was so upbeat in a sense. But Drake has always been doing switch of beats for forever.
Yeah.
From low tempo to high to this.
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So it's not that new. But to me, what gave it that effect, and I agree with Benji, was that how Drake he killed the fucking song, like hands down.
Yeah.
Like he killed the song, and that was my point. It's kind of like when Big Sean heard Kendrick on Control. It's like, God damn it. Like, do I even want to put this shit out anymore?
This is a good little point here. So, Frank on Raph or Frank on Carousel?
Which one you did better on? What were you saying?
Yeah. Like you go to those songs for the Frank part. What do you prefer out of those two?
What song I would like to listen to more?
Yeah.
I think it just depends on. I don't know. That's kind of a huge difference. We got Rap Frank, and then we got.
Well, I think they're both like rappy rap.
Really?
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
You sure?
I mean, not well. The Frank on Carousel isn't rappy rap, but it's still in that
I know you're saying
space.
He gave a little bit more. Yeah, but no, on rap, but he was rapping like.
Yeah, he was rapping.
But I'm gonna bring up that same point you're bringing up, right? To me, Rocky does a lot of features with a lot of people. I don't think he gets outshined. I think he stays within the realms of A$AP Rocky perfectly. I don't think I've ever heard. Yeah, I think I can say this. I can say this truthfully. I don't think I've ever heard A$AP Rocky get outshined in his own song. And the one song that you could bring up is the Drake song, and he didn't even like that song. So
Which one? The fucking Problems?
Yeah, he didn't even want to do it.
Yeah, that was more of like a label thing.
And then like One Train.
He said that. And One Train was a hell of people. I think they all did their own thing. If anything, I'd be biased to Kendrick. I like him more.
But the fucking Problems, I don't know. I like Kendrick's part the most out of that whole song.
Yeah, I mean, but that was a weird time in music.
Hallelujah.
But yeah, I think that's. I mean, we're not gonna compare Travis and A$AP Rocky, but
really,
do that.
What?
Can't do that.
I'm passing on that one. But I feel like there's ways to go about it.
ESPN with.
There's ways to go
Messages
about it, and I
otherwise.
think Travis goes about it in a way at this point, and I think like I had a real like whole thing in the shower, but I really thought about this shit.
I know you had your shower epiphany. I
did.
I understand.
I was just like, are we still falling for music today for what it is, or are we just falling for the marketing? And I feel like that's why I'm so big on like smaller artists now. As in the dude who was playing when you first came, forever ago, I can't remember his name right now. Dude that made Quicksand, can't remember his name right now.
Moray.
From North
Oh
Carolina.
yeah. Quicksand.
Yeah, that nigga hard. But anyways, to me personally, I'm starting to fall for stuff like that more because I understand now the times that we're living in. It's less about the music and it's just more about what you're doing marketing wise. Because to my point and to all of our point, if you take away Travis Scott being so big in the fashion world, do you think he would still be doing things he does, or would it be more music based, which would equivalent to more of Travis Scott? But since he's so big with I can wear SBs and change the world, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The focus on music isn't the same, and nothing's wrong with that. But it's the fact that he is Travis Scott. Like you said, Travis Scott's more than just himself at this point. He's so huge. You date in college and you have a kid with college. It doesn't matter what he does anymore.
Yeah.
So I just feel like when you take that in and look at music like that, I feel like now you gotta look at it like, okay, to our point to Lil Baby, and I thought about this and I was just like, damn, like Lil Baby should be bigger, man. Lil Baby should be up there. And I was thinking like, damn, is Dirk bigger than Baby though? And I was like, nah, Baby got bigger hits, you feel me? But I was just like, I don't know, marketing wise, you could argue that Dirk is bigger because he got the Drake song. He was just on a remix with Chris Brown. Exactly. And I was just like, damn, I don't know. Like,
and that's a very good
point
because just because Baby does so much of his own
by himself
as music.
So it's like respectively, of course I'm going with Baby, and that's
people,
no shot.
That's why people sign.
But
that's literally why people sign.
No, I hear
just so you can put bigger names next to your name.
Yes and no. So I think it's situational why people sign, but I get the
main
gist.
reason why people sign.
So I feel like, and this no respect to Dirk, I think Dirk's been doing his own thing for forever. Yeah. You feel me? Forever. Same thing as Lil Baby. Excuse me.
Yeah.
But it just so happens to be Baby's biggest songs are still Baby songs.
Yeah.
Dirk's biggest song so happens to be with bigger artists. So to me, how do you want to look at that? Like, okay, so is Baby just more popping or is Dirk more marketable than Baby?
I mean, did the Kanye song do good?
Which one?
The one when he dropped the video.
The Dirk song?
Lil Durk, yeah.
I mean,
Kanye crazy.
All Kanye. I mean,
did it?
I can't say Kanye.
Did it
all
go?
Dirk songs did well. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I mean, it's for his.
I feel like Lil Baby has a bigger fan base than Dirk.
I don't know anymore, man.
I believe so.
It's hard to tell.
I believe so.
Especially like right now.
I don't know.
Where Dirk is at and how in demand he is, especially this year. Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Because to me, if you have a Drake song, it's different. If you got a Drake music video too, nah.
That's because we got the Baby and Drake, yes indeed.
Yeah.
But we didn't get that whole production at
Nike,
nigga.
We didn't get the rollout.
But that shit they made that video epic. Oh, Dale, Drewski. Oh yeah, we going for this one.
They put everybody in that video.
We going for this. Like we going for it.
I think people were genuinely surprised that Dirk was on that song, a part of that song, and it's kind of like to the same like Travis point. I loved his part, like loved the Dirk part.
Yeah, I don't like that song.
I'm not really a big fan of the song in general.
I'm not either, but Dirk Park sound.
Yeah.
Dirk give my man respect.
Ooh, like, come on now.
Man, falsetto Dirk, get the fuck out of here.
Like, he did his thing
you
on
want to talk about niggas that can sing? Now, that's a nigga. What are you talking about? But yeah, so it's sad. Like I said, back to the shower, man. I'm just like, yo.
back to the shower.
We call this a shower episode, honestly. But
I'm calling this episode in the shower.
I'm like, yo, like, am I becoming old? We got this deep. And I was just like,
I was
just like, is this how people like their?
Is this how I've been feeling?
No, like I'm like when I talk to my mom, when I used to talk to my dad, whatever, I used to be like, how do y'all not like the music I like?
Yeah.
But it's like we're falling for different things about that artist now. When our parents liked music, to me it was more not raw, but you were falling for hits. Because by the time it to me got to the masses, it was a hit. It was made to be that big of a hit.
Yeah,
it was on radio, on TV.
Exactly. So
we talked about that too. Yeah, in like our first episode.
They were falling for like what essentially the label was showing them in process and everything. With us now, we can fall for a whole lot. From the likes of them, from who they hang with, to who they. It's just so much more marketable that even if they blow up off of music, they don't have to keep relevant because of music. And and that's one thing I was just thinking about. I'm like, damn. I don't know if there's ever. I really want there to be. I don't mean this no disrespect, but I really think, and I really want more. My personal favorite artist right now is Tyler the Creator because I think he's the best thing since Kanye West. I just want somebody to replace him because I know he has a lot going on right now. So I just need a little placeholder, and I think that should be Tyler the Creator.
Is it that you want somebody to replace him, or do you just want more of that type of like? Hold on, let me find the right word for this.
I think I know what you're saying.
More of that type of.
I agree. You didn't gotta say the word. I agree.
Just artists, I guess.
Like just all out trying to give it their all every day. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
But if I'm saying to me, I don't think we're gonna get that anymore.
Again, I was never like a huge fan of him, but I respect that man because I can even see it. I'm not a fan of his music. Like it's not something I listen to, but I could just tell like, no, this man tries. Like he's in the gym shooting.
And I'm not. And there's no diss like Dirk or like Baby or anything like that. It's just different types of.
It's a different type of artistries.
Yeah.
You got the people that just go in the studio freestyle and it just comes to them natural. But they're confident. So let's be
Yeah.
Confidence is key. The reason why they can do that isn't because it's just easy to them. They're confident. That's why it's easy to them.
Exactly. So I was just like, damn, like I think I'm gonna have to die with knowing that there's nobody to beat Kanye, and I don't want that to be the thing.
Yeah.
Like, I wanna get past him. Like, come on, we're done here. You know what I mean? Hang it up. I want to get past him. And I was like, man, fuck, where's Tyler the Creator at? Where's somebody new? Like, I was telling Mars this. Go ahead.
But honestly, when you think about like Tyler versus Kanye, right? How old is Kanye?
He's 48.
And how old is Tyler? Like he's still in his 20s, right?
No, he's 30.
He's 30?
Yeah, he's 30 something. You can fact check that. Because Rocky's what, 32, 34?
Who am I looking up first?
Tyler the Creator.
Damn, I already looked up. Yeah.
Right, it's 34. You didn't need to look up.
Yeah, no one cared
43.
about-
I'm tripping.
We didn't ask for
Yeah,
it.
I thought it was 45. Yeah.
Yeah. And Tyler
Come on, man. Fast thumbs.
is
It's good. We got
29.
people waiting.
Oh, so 30.
Oh, see,
Okay.
see, it's 29.
29.
But see, like, what I was just basically about to bring up is just that he still has a lot of time to kind of like do a lot more in music to be that Kanye person.
Yay and no. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm noticing, which is also another sad thing, is that people stop doing music a lot earlier now. I think we get 2 more Kendrick albums if we're lucky, and that's it.
I believe that.
I think,
Yeah, I mean, I think that applies for Kendrick because I think that Kendrick is
He
getting
makes music.
older. He has like, doesn't he have a family now? Like,
Yeah, he does.
He's starting
But
that.
I'm not sure if you keep up with Tyler. I think the reason why we're getting shorter lifespans of artists is because they're valuing more. There's more things being put on their plate to handle, and I don't mean just family things. Like I don't expect these things, but an average fan would expect Tyler the Creator to save the world. Why aren't you talking about Black Lives Matter? Why aren't you talking about this? So to me, let's use Jaden Smith for an example. Of course, people didn't like his music all that well, but like to me, the Jaden Smith mentality is becoming an average day thought for artists now. You have to be in the hood. You have to be giving back to your people. You have to be talking about climate. You're damn near a mini president. And so with that being said, if you're going to be that big of an artist, by the way, I'm not saying like if you're fine with staying where you're at. I'm saying that big of an artist, which tends to happen and you end up doing other things. I think we're going to see more Rihanna's in the game. You got 2-3 good projects and you're out. Because you want to tend to these problems. Like, you know what? Yeah, music helps a lot of people, but I can make a physical change right here, right now. And I feel like since Instagram influence, once again to our early arguments and other episodes, influence is such a big thing now. I think people are noticing that, so their shelf life of music is just shorter. They don't care because like I proved myself to myself like, damn, I outdone myself a couple times. Got a couple Grammys maybe. Oh, that don't even mean shit no more anyway. So there's that.
Yeah.
I did numbers on the projects and all this that and third. Now let me go switch it up and actually save some lives. So I will be shocked.
So you feel like basically like people are gonna step away from music completely forever?
Yeah, sooner. Yeah, not like everybody. I'm just saying sooner than like people before. Yeah.
The way I think about it is maybe like, especially with artists of that caliber, our albums are just gonna be more spread out. Cause I don't know. I'm not sure if Tyler the Creator is gonna retire from rap at like 35. You know, I'm not sure if he's like actual retirement, like never gonna hear another Tyler the Creator album again. But to the same point, you know, Andre 3000 is retired, and he's like,
Ever.
you know,
He's young.
and we're not gonna get Andre 3000 project ever again. We're gonna hear his voice on things, but we're not gonna get a project again. I'm not sure.
Do you think we get another Charles Gambino album?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. Just because of
I'm
how
not
busy
sure.
he
I
does
mean,
things and moves.
that does move towards your point, but at the same time, it's just like I feel like these guys, they're artists, whatever, and at any point in time, they could pick it back up again. And that's kind of like the weird thing about you know being a rapper.
You get more music and more
musician.
albums from people that like like really just love music and that's all they want to do, or B, like music is their only way out.
I mean, I used to think like that too, but I think it's different when you can see your impact go further. And what I mean by that, like, there's only so much you can track through music. I think. I'm not sure what labels can actually do to show these artists that.
Yeah.
But I think there's only so much that can show. But you can go to these people's neighborhoods and fix their neighborhoods, bro. You can fix someone's house. You can put food on someone's. You can physically see that.
Yeah.
And I feel like that strives for people. I feel like one person I'm talking about is Rihanna. I think she genuinely cares to make a dramatic difference. She's not just posting. She's not just talking. She's like, yo, I know y'all love me. I love that y'all love me. And I love that y'all want this album. But I'm making a dramatic change in a lot of people's lives. And on top of that, Now my sister and people younger to her, they're not gonna look at her as no artist. They're gonna look at her as a philosophical god. Like, oh yeah, Rihanna, that's my mom. Like, for what reason? They don't even know why. But it doesn't matter because she has this image already established that she can do so much.
She's a big role model.
And that's what I'm saying. I feel like, you know, before we were living in an era kind of where it was like a no role models. Word to J. Cole. People were like, I didn't ask to be this famous. We will live in that generation, right? Now, and I'm not saying this is good. We will see the fallout of this soon. That now that you are this big, like I said, you have a lot more on your plate other than just making music. You have to be saying these things of Black Lives Matter. You have to be saying who you voted for. You have to say where is your money going in this so-called hood. So I feel like you're forcing these people to be role models. Like, not just say you are one. You're forcing it, and we have to see it. And so I feel like there will be a fallout of this. But with that also being said, I also think there might be a shorter shelf life of music.
Kind of like a microscopic version of that is like when that what's that dude's name? NLE Choppa, when he was doing all that, you know, plant life stuff. That's like a small like version of what you're saying. Like, kind of like
I don't really want to talk about that guy for too long, but
taking a break from music to do other things that are like in life, like
I
whatever.
seen this girl make a thread that the reason why he did that is because he beat the fuck out of his girlfriend, and then the story they didn't want to break the story.
I was about to get to that too.
And so they tried to cover it up with him changing his life. Don't know if that's true, and I hope it's not. But yeah,
I was about, because I heard about that as well. Like, but it's just like the same. Like, that's just my first example. I feel like there's other examples of like young,
I just hate that type of music.
of like young artists who are kind of like, yeah, I'm out here doing this now, kind of just like, but they always come back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't ever see Tyler the Creator just hanging it up tomorrow or nothing. But the more I've seen him grow, which has been fucking dramatically, I will not be shocked in the next 5 years.
I just think that, you know, like younger artists like Tyler the Creator, you know, Kendrick, music is just gonna be a part. You know, it's not gonna be the thing, the whole.
So is music a part of Rihanna now or no?
Yeah.
I still think it's a part.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just like.
So what is a part? Because I feel like just because we want her and she can still do a feature, is that still a part of her? Because Andre 3000 can still do a feature. That's not a part of it. I don't think music is a part of Andre 3000. Personally, look on the outside in. He might still be, you know, behind the doors pulling the strings. I don't know that. But look on the outside in. I don't feel like you can say music is
I think it's a
Rihanna.
part because I think she does genuinely love music. I mean, that's just me though.
And I mean, I'm not
everybody.
saying that. I'm not saying
No,
that.
there's some people.
But
There's some people that just
I
want
still
bread.
see Rihanna appearing on things. At least for right now, I think music is still a part. I feel like that could change maybe next year, even as early as that.
So I gotta hear like an example. What makes music a
If
like,
you tour,
She doesn't.
we ain't going to see Andre 3000 tour.
What's wrong with that? He's not winning the
We ain't
You are
gonna see.
fucking up my point, man.
No, we ain't gonna see.
She hasn't toured it forever.
She hasn't dropped an album.
You are
That's
fucking
my
up my
point.
point. You are fucking up my point.
Okay, Mars, please tell.
Oh gosh, ask me again. I'm all off.
So what I'm saying is like,
What
and I'm not,
makes it apart?
Yeah,
like another.
because don't get me wrong,
another
she
example?
still blew up off of music. I'm not saying that, but what makes it up? I don't think it's a part of her, and that's fine to say.
I think it's a part of her.
I don't think she wakes up every day saying, "Am I gonna drop this album?" It's not.
No, I
it's
don't
not
think
the
so
10th.
either.
It's not even the 10th or 12th thing on her mind.
I don't think so. I don't think so either. I mean, I think it's a
But
small
that's why I
part,
call
but
it
I
a
think
part.
it's
Because
when
it's not
I
the
say
whole thing.
when I say a part, I don't mean a part in like. I'm basically diminishing it from like, let's say it's I don't know, like if we're looking at like, see, I'm trying not to get too far into like Baby, because like of course that's the whole thing. That nigga's dropping albums month by month by month, but just like your regular artists of today, like if we're looking at like a Don Toliver, like his like is music. Like that's the whole. For Rihanna, it's a part just because it's just one of those other things that she can tap into. That's why it's a part as opposed to a whole, you know. And a comparable one, I guess, that's coming to my mind now is like a Jay-Z.
Cause is it a part of him still?
Yeah.
Music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he generally likes to make music about what's going on.
I'm confused on where the line is at this point.
You don't think it's a part of Jay-Z no
I
more?
think it's a part. It's not the whole thing. It's just a part.
I think we could still.
Music will always be a part of me.
I think we could
Always.
still get another Jay-Z album, like one.
The reason why I say that,
I believe that too, honestly.
I think he was announcing or playing with his retirement just like last month.
Motherfucker retire every 5 years.
Okay.
And that's really kind of a thing a little
So
bit.
what
like
I
they say they
mean, what I mean
retire.
by a part, and I feel like it'd be hard to say for Jay-Z because he's still, I think he manages musicians or he's rocking.
Yeah.
with-
I mean,
or
he's
his
still
label.
very involved in music.
He's very involved in music. Cool. And I'm not gonna say Rihanna isn't because she could be doing things behind the doors. But what I'm saying is, when you're saying Rihanna, you're not saying Rihanna's album. You're not saying Rihanna's single. You're not saying Anti. You're saying Savage. Okay. You're saying what she's bringing up and bringing into the forefront of her political career or whatever you want to call it. And that's to me not a part. Even Rocky, as much as we can say he fell off, he's still a part of music. You're not gonna say Rocky's not a part of music, are you?
No. What you're kind of talking about is what's the focus. I think that's a different term for that.
Okay.
Because I
Same.
think that for her, like, yeah, music's not the focus.
Music's
Definitely not the focus.
I don't
But-
think it's a part either.
I mean, I feel like she's still. Do you expect her to drop another album?
No.
You don't think
see.
she's gonna drop another album?
No.
Oh, I think she is.
I mean, 2 years ago she was gonna drop a reggae album.
I didn't believe none of that.
She said it.
I didn't even believe it.
But yeah, no. There's just some things, and the reason why I'm saying this, don't get me wrong, she can still Adele this motherfucker drop a surprise album tomorrow and it still do well. But the reason why I'm saying there's some things that outlive itself. And I think by the time she might be ready to drop music, she's gonna be so big off of something else that we're not gonna care as much.
Well, I'm not asking about like for whether
But-
fans are gonna care about it, but I'm just saying, do you think that she will drop another
Nah.
album?
I don't see it. Not dating Rocky, so that's definitely not a focus no more. She would never mind.
Shots.
No, that's not shots. I'm just saying.
Felt
I think it shows. I wouldn't be surprised if Rocky get on his shit and start doing his clothing shit too. I think.
You think he's dropping another album?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Rocky's about to have one of the biggest comebacks. Most definitely. And no shots of the comeback phrase there, but yeah.
So you think he's
I'm
dropping
excited.
another album?
I-
She's not.
Yeah.
Jay-Z is not.
Like, I kind of agree with him with the whole Jay-Z 5 year shit. I can see him still dropping an album. Yeah.
I definitely see
Yeah,
him. Listen, he just dropped flames on that last.
He gonna be the
Judas
first
shit.
70-year-old rapper and shit. Like, it's gonna be
And that's kind of like what I'm kind of like getting at, I guess, is that there are most artists are those artists where even though they'll retire, quote unquote, they'll still like if they get the chance and if they get the feeling, they'll still get back into music.
There used to be a lot of artists that said, I'm gonna stop rapping at 30. And they don't.
I mean, it just depends on.
But I do also agree with your point about like how Kendrick probably has 2 more albums before he's not dropping anything.
I
for
can see
maybe,
that.
Like, we might get another album after that in like a decade type of thing. Not even expecting it. Or an EP.
To me, I don't know. I just feel like the only artist that's probably gonna be rapping for a long time is Jay-Z and Drake. Like, and the reason why I say that is because like Drake's appeal is just fucking amazing, and Jay-Z's love for it is fucking amazing. Not saying that nobody else has the same love or appeal, but like someone like Kendrick, Tyler the Creator, Big Sean, they're telling you their values, and I just don't see it lasting. I would not be surprised if we get maybe 2 Big Sean's album, and he's pretty much done, because from what I'm understanding from him and getting, I could be wrong. It could just be a little phase or whatever, but he has bigger things in life. And he really made it an extremely big thing to tell people about mental health. And he made it a big thing to tell people about what else is going on in the world and getting your body right, getting this and that right. And I can see them advocating for that more than music.
Yeah, and I agree with that. But I also think as well, like, since they are musicians, I think they kind of use those things to fuel when they do music. In spaces, like, let's say, boom, Big Sean has a kid, starts a family, whatever. I think that could, for him to ever want to drop an album again, but I also think it could inspire him to want to make music about that. I feel like it could go both ways.
It could, but like I said, I'm just seeing it this way. And Big Sean, I think it'd be easy. I feel so bad saying this, but I feel like it'd be easier for him to stop doing music because, he's still in his eyes, he's underappreciated. And, I give him 2 more albums. I mean, I would prefer him to have, honestly, just 2 more albums, and that's really it, call it a day.
Another Frank album? You think that's happening?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Yeah. Now, how many? I don't know. I want to say 2, so she got been saying 2 this whole time, but I'm not sure about
You
him.
have been saying 2 this whole time.
I don't know about him.
I guess like my question with that it would be, why would you think another Frank album? Like what
Would or wouldn't come?
Well, you said you think another one would have come.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what kind of like leads you to believe that with Frank,
So
as opposed to like these other guys?
one thing about Frank that I always admire, which you all admire, he speaks through his music. We all say that, whatever. Big Sean still comes on Instagram and tells you what's going on with his life. He still preaches. He still does his third.
Oh, so you're basically kind of saying like
His-
that's his only outlet.
that's his only. He says that when
Makes
people
sense.
ask him about his sexuality or all the questions that are kind of still vaguely answered through his music, and you want a real answer, listen to my music or whatever I put out. Like
Makes sense.
Like
Okay.
that's his only outlet.
All
So
right.
the only reason why I think we didn't even get an album this past year was because of the passing of his brother. So now I'm honestly, and I'm not meaning this in a negative light. I wish him and his family well, but now I'm honestly shocked to hear what comes next because pre the passing of his brother, he was dropping more of a poppy type sound. Of course, he just went through something dramatic, catastrophic. So it's like, will that change his sound now? Is he going to go back to something slower, sadder, or maybe off the hinges, deep, darker? Like, so yeah, I think we're definitely gonna get another Frank project, but he to me was also on that edge of doing something new. He was going to the clubs, he was being seen more, he was advocating for different things now publicly, not just musically now, more out and about.
Yeah,
So would he
definitely was.
if his brother didn't pass, would he have two or if one album still coming? I'm not sure.
See, and that's just like the big thing. Like, I think that when it comes to musicians and artists, like life changes
Yeah.
will either make you come back to music or go away from it.
Exactly.
Either or, and that's why I'm just like, if like if we're looking at a Rihanna and she's away from music, life change might make her want to come back, type of thing. It could happen either way.
Yeah.
It's real interesting to see. Just because as an artist, you don't ever really have to retire. You can say you could retire. You can not make music for however long you want. You can pick that up at any point in time and be okay.
Yeah.
Like even smaller artists can be like, retire, and then they can pick it back up, and that might make them bigger than they were before.
Yeah, like I wouldn't to me one of the most slept on women artists is Tiana Taylor. I think hands down, Cruel Summer, right? Yeah, Cruel Summer.
She did say she was retiring.
She retired. She hasn't dropped nothing since. I think Cruel Summer, hands down, she bodied that shit. Every background vocal, every writing credit, every fucking thing she bodied. Even last project, what was it called? Damn, I can't even remember
The
it.
shit Ye produced.
Yeah,
That one?
Yeah, I can't remember it now.
I forgot the name of it.
I think she bodied it. Like absolutely bodied it. Without the Kanye feature and all that shit.
Yeah.
I genuinely love her voice. I genuinely love her as a person that I know of, and that's one person I think just got overshadowed through who she was signed to. That's all. Could she have lived by herself? Possibly not, because I don't think she's a single type artist. I do agree with Mark with the person that comes back and comes and goes. I think she's a Solange type artist. I think she did okay right now on her own. When she comes back, I think it's gonna be able to kind of like a newer branding situation, and it's gonna do better than the first time.
I
can see
could
it.
definitely see that with her, like that Solange thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could definitely see that with her because
Like,
she's like immensely talented.
Yeah,
In
she
all
was always-
facets.
Yeah, she was all. I just fucking forgot. She was always being relevant off of other things than music.
Yeah.
Like you feel me? Like
Whether it's
clothes,
music,
dancing. Like
clothes. She
was-
does videos now
Yeah.
too. Like she does it all. So
So-
she can step back in at any point, at any time.
Yeah, so like she's extremely talented. I can see that being a situation like he said earlier, just walking away right now and coming back to when it's the best time or best moment. Yeah.
Cool. I mean, I think that's enough for today, man. We was cooking. Yeah.
Alright,
We
bet.
talked about a lot.
Yeah. That was that was a little bit longer.
And
than
we
the
also
usual
we also
episode.
got like a good beginning talk with Marcus a little bit with something else, right? What was he talking about? We started with something else at first.
I have no idea.
It
That was so
yeah,
long ago.
Yeah, it was
We
something.
started off with Age, Soulja Boy.
No, it was something
and
before
then-
that.
Even before that,
Yeah,
it was like a little
it was
mini
one
talk
thing
about
before that because I remember
something.
we was talking about something.
He's talking about downtown, or we were talking about the voice and singing, and then he made
That's
a
what it
face,
was,
yeah.
yep. Ha.
All right, man. We about to get up out of here. Appreciate y'all for watching or listening. If you're listening on DSPs or whatever, make sure you like, follow, comment, subscribe. Talk to us about these topics. Let us know what you think. This is all just a dialogue, a conversation that we want everybody in on, not just us. We're here with these mics and everything,
wrong.
but every single one of y'all out there that's watching, every single one of y'all out there that's listening has a voice, has ideas that we would care to hear. So, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Tap in with us.
A lot of good
We
talking
appreciate
today.
y'all.
All right.
And we are
Deuces.
out.